I think this records. So, defense, send your flank to fight at A, right? Send your combo up at B. What you should do is have your gun right here, put your heavy up here. Sometimes your sniper can play there, but a lot of the time snipers just like to kind of play right here, peek into right here. They can play up here too, sort of in that area. Keep your medic, demo, and pyro sort of along this wall, so you're gonna want to have your dispenser like right about here, and your demo can just kind of peek in and spam like this. You don't want to really overcommit to this because you can get picked from their spawn, and that's not a good day. The goal of red is to not die because respawns are super long, right? If they go A to E to pressure, you don't want to move your heavy or your gun out because you want to keep those there because it's hard to get them back up. You just want to send your demo pyro to wishbone, and then you can just kind of shoot in like this. You can shoot on point, and it kind of denies them from taking a lot of stuff here. But once you rotate your gun or your heavy off of B, they can really push into B fast, and it's not a good day for you.
Where does the medic go?
Medic would be playing like right about here where these stickies are. Just kind of
I know, but like if the would medic follow the demo and the pyro?
Yeah, medic would follow with demo and pyro to come into here. And sniper's also coming into here, and what's it called? Flank would be fighting on E2. So that's defending B and dealing with a fast A to E, right? If needed, if it's like really just a horrible situation and you're not able to take it with demo, pyro, and sniper, you can send like your gun or something to stay right here. But that should really be last case scenario, because you want to keep your gun here for as long as possible. We'll go over why once we get to offense, but so defending C now. Alright, when you're backing out of B, stay in wishbone for like a minute up until slow doors open. Your demo can kind of trap above this wall. He can also, or this doorway, he can also trap above the exit sign, like right here, and then sort of watch into this. You want to have your sniper here though, with you whenever you're backing out, because their sniper can stand really deep. That's kind of a theme of this map. He can just stand really far away and shoot at you, and you can't really do anything to him, because you've got to really hard commit to this, and it's just not a good day, right? But once slow doors are opened, then you want to back out. Typically you want to have your medic in the corner over here with like your pyro and your heavy, and then you as demo want to be kind of sitting right here, and you can shoot into here. You can put a trap. The trap that gets a lot of people is just kind of right here along this wall. That'll kill people, and if it doesn't kill them, it'll knock them around with an Uber and everything like that. Alright, have your flank play where their flank is, which is typically going to be in white room. Let me just do something real quick. But just have your flank play like that, and then once they push in through, your pyro can kind of drop down to here and stuff them. If you're playing up here alone as demo, you've really got to be, you know, aware of spies and everything, so never just kind of sit here and crouch like this. You're just going to beg to die. Just keep looking around and everything. Keep an eye on this pack, because spies will take that pack for their ammo, or for their cloak. So, that's how you defend C. For defending... Oh wait. If they go through, like wishbone to E, then what you want to do is you can either meet them wishbone, which I wouldn't really recommend, because if you lose that fight, then it's kind of hard to get back into everything. And it's like a really big gamble on if you're going to win the fight in wishbone. So if they're going B to E, just rotate your team through Death Hallway. That's what this is called, because there's the spawn right here and the spawn over there. Just rotate your team through Death Hallway. You can come through White Room. I would recommend coming through White Room rather than coming through Heaven, because if you come through White Room, then you can kind of hold this area too, and it makes it harder for their flank to get back in. Their flank has to go through B to get all the way around, and you can kind of spam them as they walk on. Whereas if you go up to Heaven and everything, then their flank can just kind of walk in through this way. They can come in through this way too, and they can pressure you if they get the sniper all the way through White Room. So I would just recommend taking White Room to fight on a B to E rather than taking Heaven.
And everyone goes, or just the heavy and the pyro and the demo?
No, the whole combo goes.
Okay.
So if your whole combo is holding C, and then they go B to E, your whole combo goes C through Death Hallway to defend E. Let your flank call it if they need help though, because you don't want to or rotate your combo too early, because then you just give up C. Have your flank really focus on holding down E for you, and then once they start calling like, hey, we need help, that's when you rotate. Alright, holding D. D is sort of a weird point to hold, but like, it doesn't really get hard held that often either, because, you know, they can come through Death Hallway, they can come through White Room, and kind of like force you in, so it's not that good of a point to hold. I wouldn't recommend hard holding D forever. But if needed, you can just kind of play like right around here, trap off this area, you can have your spawners come through Death Hallway and everything, and fuck around with them in there. And then your fast rotates will be through White Room to help deal with E if they decide to push through E, and then hold it down where their flank's going to want to come through. Whenever you're in White Room though, always make sure that you have like at least one person just kind of watching this area, because their flank can come through really easily, and I've seen it happen a bunch where teams just get super focused on like standing here in this door, and then before you know it, a soldier and a scout walk in and your medic drops. That's not a good day. Now defending E, right? So, if you can't defend E from a White Room, what you're going to do is defend E from Heaven. You're going to have your gun up here, your whole combo will kind of be around this area, right? Your medic can get sniped from these windows, so it's not like the best place for him to stand, but he can kind of stay around like right here if he wants. With the NG, he can stay like right here, sort of. And then just have like your heavy, your demo, just kind of playing around this whole big area. Right, and that's for defending E. Any questions about defense?
For defending E, like when the combo's all there, where would flank be?
Flank would want to be in the White Room area. So if their combo pushes through White Room, then you just kind of want to go and back off a little bit and just kind of deal with spam and either make them walk into you and just kind of keep retreating. You don't want to go into their combo too hard. You can also go through Wishbone if you can make it to there. But that's not always like a guarantee, right? You can play the lower area if you want on alright, no, never mind. I'm dumb. I think there's something else. But yeah, typically you want to play around the White Room area, just passive, really just back here, spam them while they're walking in. Just puts more pressure onto their combo, but you don't want to overcommit because you don't want to die. Because again, respawns on this are very long. Any other questions for defense?
Best trap spots for B.
For B?
Yeah.
Alright. Let me go over there again. There's actually a good question, so I didn't go over this. Typically what I'll do is I'll have my medic use crits right about here, and then 2 stickies right here, 2 stickies right here, 2 stickies right here, and 2 stickies right here, and then you can kind of have your heavy, because he's playing right here, you can call the stickies as they walk up. And if your sniper's doing like quick peeks around, like I know my sniper likes to run Huntsman, and he just kind of jumps around the corner, fires, jumps back, he can call these stickies for you. Or you can just kind of feel it out, because you'll kind of get the sense once their combo's up in this area. And then the medic might be standing over your stickies. But that's the trap spots that I use. Alright. For pushing, right? There are 2 different things that you can do. You can either kind of have your combo, play it like B early on, and just kind of pressure them until E's capped and send your flank to capture A, but I wouldn't really recommend this. I would just move your entire combo through to A. Just move everybody, all 9, through to A. Catch their spy out really quickly, right? Spies will be sitting like around here, back here, here, here. Just typical spy areas, right? Have your pyro check everything, your heavy, all your teammates, because you don't want their spy to be getting info on you the entire time as you're walking up, right? Then you just capture A, and then your 2 options are rotate back around through spawn. I would not recommend rotating through drop down, because it just doesn't really work. It's like a very easy spot for them to catch you out in and spam into, and it's really hard to push out of this area. Gun looks down at you, demo can shoot into you, heavy can come up here and shoot into you, sniper can shoot into you, and it's like, you know, you've got 5 feet to push out of, so it's just not the best. For pushing E, what you want to do is have your scout here with you. You want to have him bonk in first, and then he's going to walk through all of this, call anything that he sees. Walk through here, call anything that he sees, right? And then you're going to want to have the rest of your combo and all of your players come through onto E, have your scout and have your soldier jump up here. Your heavy is going to want to lock down this spawn area. Play your medic around like this area so you can heal the players right here, and then your heavy over here, right? And you're going to want to have your demo like right here in Wishbone because you can kind of spam in. If your demo can, if he can cross through here, you don't typically want to cross through here unless you're here really, really fast and they can't meet you, because what's going to happen is their pyro is going to walk at you and you're going to get knocked into here and it's not a fun day. But one thing that you can do is try to come through lower like this, and then you get kind of like a better spam angle peeking like this. Or if you're able to come like all the way here with somebody and then you got a really good spam angle and it makes it harder for them to contest E. But that doesn't happen all the time, it's just if you can do that, do that. Alright. Actually, while you're going A to E, yeah, A to E, before your pyro comes here, what he needs to do is walk with your NG through White Room, because your NG should have a level 3, so it should be walking up through here into Heaven and setting up like a level 3 and maybe a teleporter back here, because then it makes it really easy for your players to come back in and get onto point again and just keep kind of funneling your players through. So that's how you do A to E. What I typically do is the A to E push until we either cap E or they rotate their heavy or their gun off, because once they rotate their heavy or their gun off of B, it makes it hard for them to get reset back up over here. And so as soon as the gun or as soon as the heavy comes over to Wishbone, my team goes, okay, we're giving up E. They come all the way around through spawn, not drop down, because again, drop down is really easy to kill you. They come all the way around through spawn, walk up here, take this really fast, and then it's a lot easier to push B. If you don't want to do that and you just want to go straight for the A cap into the B cap, which is the around the world method, sort of. Around the world is A to B to C to D to E, right? Then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you take this ground really fast, right? So if you have to, use up through these stairs to kill the people onto here, and then you should be able to at least force their medic just shooting it down onto them like this. Or at least kill their heavy, and then you get respawn advantage. Any trade that you take on players for steal is going to be important for blue team, because it's advantageous for blue team because red spawns are just so fucking long on this map, it's unreal. Make sure that you check in this area for a teleporter, because NGs will put a teleporter up here, and what you don't want to have happen is your demo is standing up here when their heavy teleports back and he instantly dies. That's just not a good day, because then their heavy regains this ground and you're down to demo. It's not very fun. Right? Any questions about those two pushes that I've gone over?
When you say use up to Heaven right there,
Yeah.
you just saying like just taking demo and medic, and then where's the rest of your combo? Do they just kind of like funnel in behind you after you run through type idea?
Yeah, yeah. You can have your pyro here too with you just to get some like instant damage. But I would recommend like scout bonks are important here, so use up through here, but send a scout first with the bonk. And just walk up and then kind of like stuff the heavy or something. It makes it harder to get through. He also gets like the vision and everything of what he's seeing, so like, you know, where sniper's playing, all that type of stuff, walking up through here and looking through this.
So the heavy will be up there.
The heavy will be up here. Yeah, this is his spot for B defense, because he looks through here, and he's still in beam range from medic. It's important to kill the heavy and take the high ground fast, though. Like pushes that come through here typically are more successful than pushes that come through here, I found. Because up here you're fighting through lower ground like the entire time. It's not very fun. They have a lot of room to kind of back into, and then they can get a second, like more passive B hold set up around here. Just standing in here with combo. So that's not fun, right? Now, any other questions before I move on to C?
For A, I do suggest that the pyro literally looks through every single space that you can, especially on top of the house by the pack, by the big pack. That house is, no one checks for it. Any spy who practices enough can make that jump. And no, behind you, that one,
This one?
big pack. Yes. Any spy who practices enough can get on that, and is probably one of the best spots in all of A Point. Because no one checks it, and no one else can get up here except the demo, soldier, and maybe pyro.
Alright. Yeah, no, spy info is really important for this map. Play your spy in a more passive way, just kind of calling info for everything. Because knowing where their combo rotates so you can meet them with your combo is incredibly important. Right,
I
for
have
pushing
one more
C.
quick question. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
On B, so let's say like something super unfortunate happens and your medic catches like a sticky trap. Is it worth, or like, do you just need to kind of build another Uber type idea and just spam while you can type idea, or is there a way to dry push at all? Or do you kind of just have to have an
There's
Uber?
not really where to dry push B now.
Okay.
Unless you get like massive picks, but like in an even situation, if red has ad, red is going to win the fight 9 times out of 10.
Cool. So just
There's
build
no
another
way for
Uber.
really you to force an advantage dry. They've just got to make
Mhm.
horrible mistakes.
Got it.
But yeah. Okay. Pushing on to C, right? What I like to do is I like to send my sniper and my heavy through slow door up here, because the sniper can get in through, and then he's got, you know, big ground right here, and the heavy can get in through, and if they don't back out fast enough, then the heavy can just kind of drop into here and farm the fuck out of them, while your combo sort of pushes up through Wishbone over here. Right? Like I was talking about earlier, to force them off of C, what you can do is send cappers onto E, and then kind of hold E from Wishbone to help your cappers. So if their flank goes like through this way to kind of contest, you can spam it through here with your sniper here, also watching the sight line. Through here, watching the sight line with your sniper and demo spam and heavy and all that type of shit, right? And then scout and soldier can sort of jump on the point, lock that bitch down. And then the idea here is that they either come through Wishbone and they take the 50-50 fight, which isn't that good, unless they get like major player ad and everything, right? Everything that I talk about in like a 50-50 fight is on the basis that like Ubers are even and players are even. So, yeah. So if they come through here, it might not be good for them because they could lose, and it's just not the best idea. Like I was talking about earlier, I prefer the white room push, because if you do it right, then you can kind of hold it down. But what you want to do is get them to rotate all the way through white room to save the E point, and then once they rotate through death hallway, you come through this door and you cap C, because nobody's here defending C anymore because they all went through white room to hold E, right? If not, if you don't want to go the way of pressuring E to get them to rotate, then what you can do is just kind of Uber through here, shoot up at them, and just kind of play the fight like normal, right? You don't really want to be running around in like this ground for very long, so the idea is to move to high ground as fast as possible, because if you just sit here the entire fight, everybody's going to shoot onto you. Like, you all can see how bad this position is, right? Just being on the low ground like that. So you want to move up fast, either through these stairs really quickly, or walking up and just kind of jumping up here, getting up through there like that. But you want to move up to high ground as fast as possible, and then just hold them out. Set a trap right here, and kind of hold them out like this while you cap C. Watch for spies while you're capping C. I've seen so many teams come here, and then the spy gets like a fucking crazy play, because I don't know why, but it happens so much more often on this point for red spies than it does on any other map, any other place. I don't know why that is, but it's just how it is. For pushing D, the name of the game for moving through Death Hallway is speed. You want to be very fast, because you don't want to be stuck right here and your combo's not able to move through. So just have your demo walk through, trap off this point, or trap off this spawn door while you move first, then get in fast here, trap off this spawn door, and move fast through D out here onto them. Right? Then you cap D from there, and then you've got options to cap E. Are there any questions about C or D? No? Okay. So,
Where would you go now?
what?
What if you were slow through that hallway and you got fucked? Where would you go?
So if you're slow through Death Hallway and you get fucked, what I would recommend
Yeah.
doing is coming back through Wishbone, pressuring E while you're building out Uber and just trying to get the E pressure up. Because that's all that you really can do until you have Uber. Like, it's very hard to dry push anything on this map. Right, now your options for pushing D are you can try to take their Heaven, or pushing E, I'm sorry, not D. You can try to take their Heaven really quickly, which is fun because taking Heaven really kind of fucks them hard. So just trap like right here, get your players up and shoot around them and that type of shit, right? And that's a really fun time. Or you can come through Wishbone and do sort of the same thing, shooting into their Heaven. If you don't have the option to take their Heaven, I would say White Room is the second best, and then Wishbone is the worst for capping E after a decap. Alright, but you just kind of want to come around here, and it's like the same deal. Shoot out their gun, get your soldier on like direct hit or something for this point, because you want to get the gun down really fast, because, you know, it's just always good to have that for cappers. But taking Heaven would be ideal, just moving through here fast, you know, getting up and getting set up. A big theme in this map is speed. So, are there any questions? Nope. Alright, well, good luck in your scrims this week. And,
I had one.
Oh, what's your question?
I couldn't remember. Fuck. What was it?
Stand on the point, you git!
Was it?
What's the question?
Oh, how do you, like, if you're on defense, how do you, like, not give up E, like, or give up C? Like, do you rotate back to C once, like, so if they're pressuring White Room or E, and your combo rotates to White Room, like, do they go back to C, or do they just give it up, or?
C is pretty much given up if you have to rotate off of there, because it's really hard to get back through.
Okay.
So the goal is for your flank to be able to hold down E by themselves without combo help, because that makes holding at the other points a lot easier.
Okay.
That doesn't always happen, but you know, that's why it's on like a stopwatch thing, so you can just play off who has the better time, whoever can hold for longer. Alright,
Okay, did you record it?
pretty sure. I
Okay.
haven't used OBS in forever, but I think that's it, guys. So, good luck.
Thank you.
If you have any questions that you
Thank
think of
you.
later, let me know.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.